Hey Battlefield community, today I want to talk about one weapon I'm absolutely in love with right now. I don't see it all that often, but it's absolutely brutal. The SA-58 OSW is an absolute beast of a freaking weapon. It's only available to the Enforcer class, it is a battle rifle, and it's only originally available to the criminals, unless you get your license for it, which takes quite a few kills, as I'm sure many of you are aware. Now the reason this is such a beast is the max damage at close range, and up to 20 meters in fact, is 43. And the minimum damage drops down to 24, although they have announced all the battle rifles are getting a slight increase to 25 minimum damage, and that is great. You do so much damage at any range with this thing. Although the fire rate is a bit low at 650 rounds per minute, which isn't that impressive, but at the same time, you really need it to be kind of low because guess what? There's a hell of a lot of kick on this weapon. And most of that recoil is straight up, which is the easiest kind of recoil to control, but it kicks quite hard. The recoil up is 1 even, and the left is 0.2, right is 0.4. And you got a first shot multiplier 1.1, which isn't too bad, thankfully. But you're really going to notice it, especially before you get some attachments and you get the feel for the weapon to control it. It is quite hard to control at first. And you're really going to want to stick to very close ranges for the most part until you get used to it. And then medium ranges are great with this weapon, but long range is never a good idea. But on the bright side, at close range, you may get beat out by the K10, obviously, because that thing is fairly evil at close range. But you know what? You don't even need a great secondary with this. Obviously, it would help, but it has such a quick reload. You're looking at 2.5 seconds if it's entirely empty, and 1.8 seconds if you have at least one left, which you often will because you're going to drop people just in a few bullets. And of course, your magazine capacity is quite small. You're at 21 max, which is quite low, but again, you're hitting people extremely hard. The other great thing the SA-58 has going for it is that its muzzle velocity unsuppressed is quite high. It's in fact much higher than everything else. I don't think there's anything even comes close to this. It's 840 meters per second, which means you basically do not have to lead your target at all at range, and you just point it right at them, fire, and you will hit them. Most other guns, there may be a slight adjustment you need to make ahead of them, but not with this. At range, you can absolutely wipe people out pointing straight at them. This all leads to this weapon being absolutely lethal in the right hands. The time to kill is 187, which, as far as I am aware, that's the second best, excluding the K10 and obviously shotguns if they shoot you point blank. And at range, after the patch, is going to be right up there at the top. This thing is absolutely amazing when used right. Now, as far as personal loadout goes, obviously the optic of your choice, you're probably going to stick to a 1x just because the weapon does have quite a bit of kick, as I've mentioned. And further out, you're probably going to be wasting your time at anything magnified at all. And first accessory, I always go to laser because I have a hip fire problem. I know not everybody does that, but I think it's still the best because a flashlight, tactical light, man, that's not the greatest thing you could pick. As far as muzzle goes, I'm personally running heavy barrel just because I like the little accuracy at range. I like how it feels. It's a little more controllable since I do have a little bit of better recoil control than maybe some people. And maybe I'm, console, it's a little harder to fight that vertical recoil, but it works best for me. Now, if you are having trouble with that vertical, you might want to go with the compensator because that will help you quite a bit get that thing under control. You might lose a little bit of your range capability, but I know for some people it'll be very hard to control this weapon. Now, as far as grip's concerned, I think there's one or two right selections here. You can either go with the angle grip and reduce that first shot recoil, which I know some people struggle to hold this gun steady, and that might be the path for you, or you can go stubby grip, which is my personal favorite. Just because it helps you with your rapid fire. You're going to have to tap fire this weapon quite a bit just because of the recoil. But of course, when you got them spawn trapped on the block, that's not really necessary, is it? Now, that's just what I think are the best attachments. You might want to go, instead of heavy barrel, you might want to go the compensator, like I said. Instead of stubby grip, you might want to go angle grip to help that recoil. Because at first, it will be very hard to do well with this weapon. You're not going to be used to that kick, and it's going to catch you by surprise. And you're going to think, like I thought when I first used it, what the hell is this? Why would I use this? I'm going to stick to a shotgun or wait till I get, you know, the 1,000-some kills to get the Scar H on this side. It took me a little while to get used to it, but once I did, I just fell in love with it. And if I might suggest, this is my exact loadout. I go with the ammo box because, you know, why wouldn't you go with the ammo box? You're an asshole and not playing your class. And then I go with a gas mask because I'm using the gas grenade and I want to be able to run through my own gas. The reason you go with gas, especially with this weapon, is because it doubles the damage. And not only can you put a perimeter around you and block people off from becoming too close or going into your zone around you, you get that double damage bonus. And my god, when you're already doing 43 damage at close range and you're hitting them for 86, and the tick of the gas alone plus one bullet will get you the kill often. And you can't believe how many times I've been called a hacker just because I'm killing people so damn quick. And you get a headshot that also multiplies it by 2. It is quite evil. I hope you enjoyed my first Battlefield Hardline weapon review. And if you enjoyed it and found something informative and if it helped you, hit that like button and also don't forget to subscribe. I'll have more of these in the future. I have more Battlefield videos in the future and more other videos of other games, including GTA 5 coming up real soon.